Okay, this is my review of the UFC 121. Let's first start off with Brendan Schwab versus Gonzagas. Schwab ends up taking this one against Gonzaga. His stand-up was really crisp. He pretty much used a lot of his boxing. I think he's training with a Golden Glove guy now, and just pretty much doing, going in and out against Gonzaga, not really giving him a chance to catch his balance. He dropped him a couple of times, and he really surprised me. I didn't think he was going to do that. I thought he was going to get overwhelmed by Gonzaga's power. But that didn't happen. He just used technique and stayed in and out using his striking. So Brendan Schwab wins by unanimous decision. And then let's next move on to Tito versus Matt Hamill. Matt Hamill pretty much destroyed Ortiz, pretty much dominating him the whole 3 rounds. Doing pretty much what Tito used to do, which is ground and pound. Matt Hamill used a lot of his wrestling to take Tito down and just ground and pound him like Tito used to do. I guess Tito's strategy of using soft strikes to discombobulate Hamill because he's deaf. Didn't work. This guy's a dickhead. I mean, just a loser. What guy would say? What idiot would say that? The guy's a moron. He's a real jackass. But the point is, though, Ortiz really, I think he should really retire. I mean, the thing is that he's not at that caliber like he used to be. He really isn't even close to being, at a level where he can really regain the title. That's what he's trying to do. So if he's trying to just fight just to be fighting, then I could understand it because it's his body. He can do what he wants. But if you're fighting to get to the title, you might as well hang it up and retire because there's no way you're going to get up there. Those guys up at the top of the light heavyweight division they're out of your league. So that's that. So then let's move on to Diego Sanchez versus Thiago. This one, Thiago came out really strong on this one. And I really thought he was going to take Diego Sanchez using a lot of his ground techniques and whatnot. But in the second round, Sanchez kicked it up and he just kept pressuring and doing what he normally does. And Thiago pretty much just gassed himself out. He was dead tired by the third round. And Sanchez defeats Thiago, a unanimous decision. Great job, Diego Sanchez. I mean, he really just pushed this guy. It's probably one of, I think Joe Rogan said it also that it was probably one of his best fights, and I have to agree because he just dominated him. At the very end of the fight, did you see when there was 10 seconds left, them just on top, Diego Sanchez on top of Thiago, they're just both striking each other back and forth. I mean, that was great. It was a great fight. I really enjoyed that fight. Those guys put it all out there, and I love those type of fights. But Diego Sanchez wins that one. I hope he stays in that division. And he doesn't go back down like he says. But regardless, Diego Sanchez won this match. Okay, so then we go on to Jake Shields versus Martin Kampmann. This fight, I had Jake Shields winning, and the reason why I had him winning because I knew he was gonna ground and I just knew he was just gonna, I'm not gonna say ground and pound, but he was gonna pretty much, wrestle the guy to death and, and jiu-jitsu and just pretty much roll and more rolling. And that's pretty much what happened, was rolling and more rolling. Every chance he can get, he was rolling with Martin Kampmann. But his strikes, as usual, he didn't do any strikes at all. His strikes are very weak. He had a harder time than I thought that he would with Kampmann. I don't know. It's not like we're in a position where he was going to get submitted, but he just got out wrestled in some areas. His cardio was a huge factor in this fight. He just was dead tired, and I was surprised that Kampman didn't take advantage of him being so tired and not be getting himself in a position to be in the best position for Jake Shields, which would be let's roll some more. Jake Shields has been in positions where he's been very tired and can roll and do things to stall to win the match. And that's exactly what he did. He just rolled all day when he was tired. Matt Kampman should have pushed off and made him stand up and made him work some more where he could have picked him apart and maybe would have probably got a knockout. But because his striking is way better than Jake Shields. But he didn't do that. So Shields wins by a split decision. And they're saying that he might get that he's going to get a title shot against GSP, which I think that is just totally absurd. Shields does not, and I repeat, does not need to have he doesn't have a chance. I mean, somebody always has a chance, but this is going to be a massacre. GSP is going to destroy Jake Shields. I mean, his cardio. Could you imagine his cardio for a 5-round fight instead of a 3-round fight? I mean, he's going to get outstruck. Wrestling is way better for GSP than Jake. I mean, the jiu-jitsu is probably Jake Shields has, but he needs to fight a tougher opponent in that division where I believe that he'll just get outstruck if he tries to come in for those takedowns. He'll get kneed in the face or kicked in the face or it's just a striker that he can go against that is up there at the top 5 level. So that's what I believe. But who knows? I don't know what I'm pretty sure Dana said that he's going to do it. So it is what it is. So let's move on to the main event. We got Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. This fight here was exciting. I like the epic beard that Brock has, and the guy just looks just awesome with the beard. Cain Velasquez came out in his normal what he normally does, and what ends up happening in this fight is that Brock pretty much comes out charging as soon as the bell rings, which I really didn't expect, but it's great they did because he's just so much bigger than him. He just kind of just ran. I don't know if he caught Cain off guard, but he just ran straight directly at Cain, pushed him up against the gate to try to take him down. He ends up taking him down, but then Cain pops back up. Then Cain, and then he tries to do it again. He takes him down, and he's actually catching Cain with some shots by standing up. So his striking was a lot better in this fight that he had with Cain. Cain was hitting him with the more crisper shots, but Lesnar was still hitting him, and I believe it was hurting Velasquez a little bit. But what ends up happening is Cain ends up getting Brock down, and the ground and pound, which is awesome for Velasquez. He just ends up picking his shots, hitting Lesnar directly on the chin, and then Lesnar gets back up from the ground and pound. Velasquez hits him again, and Brock basically falls over and then falls back over again. And now normally a heavyweight fighter or someone else would have just ran and tried to catch him and hit him underneath. No, Cain, what he did was he waited. He picked his shot, and he didn't rush to hit Lesnar. He waited till his back was against the cage, and then he just caught him, and then caught him on the ground and just was relentless with the ground and pound. He wasn't like Shane Carwin, where Shane Carwin tired out. No, the blows were coming down. I mean, the rain of fire was just coming down on Brock, and it was stopped. So Velasquez becomes the new heavyweight UFC heavyweight champ. Defeats Brock Lesnar. What's next for Lesnar? I don't know. I think he'll probably fight maybe Mir again, or Congo or something like that. I don't know. What's next for Velasquez? Junior Dos Santos. That's who he's going against next. So that would be a very interesting fight. Very, very, very interesting. So once again, guys, thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Peace.